before I get into this reading vlog, I wanted to show you guys something because it arrived this morning. It literally took this package only an hour, like an exact hour to deliver. I got this beautiful thing. The great thing is that I can literally remove this thing here and you can just like put whatever you want on there. So it's like if I wanted to use it for my makeup and all that, I could just put it like that. I might need one for my makeup and that. I'll get a different color though. There's only 2 colors. This one is apricot, which if you want more of a neutral type of one, there's this one, and there's also, I think there's a pink one. It's like a pinky red type of thing. Another thing that I bought with it are these highlighters. These are the mild highlighters. I've seen a lot of people using these. These are a pack of 16 and I think I got them for like $14. These are double-sided. So you've got bold highlighter. Don't tell me this one I can't use. This side works. Alright, I gotta go look through all these as well. But one side is like the highlight side and that other side is the fine side. I will link both the pencil holder and the highlighters down below if you do want to have a look at them. Oh! Genius! Anyways, those are my new like obsession and all that. Today we are going to be starting the Invisible Life of Addie larue. This is on my TBR for this month and I will not lie, I have not read a single book that's on my TBR for this month. I just look at them and I'm like, do I want to read them? I want to make theories before I start this book because I have one theory. I feel like I could be wrong and that I'm just an absolute lunatic going into this. I will also say disclaimers for this video. There will be spoilers. So if you have not read this book, I'm sorry, there will be spoilers. If you don't want to get spoiled for you, click off this video. If you don't want to get spoiled for you, just keep reading, not reading, keep watching. I have a theory for this book. For Henry, I feel like he's also made a deal with the devil because then how else would he remember? Unless he just has like superpowers where he remembers everything. It's the fact that this is my first V.E. Schwab book, but yet I have 4 of her books. It is bucketing down right now. Also, something's been going on with my voice, my throat. Like it hurts to talk. Let me grab Addie larue. I have been reading a bit of Queen of Shadows today. I'm only on page 21 now and I do not know what chapter it is because I'm not great at Roman numerals. So far I've tabbed literally only 2 things and I've also underlined in this book. I regret doing it and also writing in it. So far it's just been questions for myself on how it's gonna like impact the future or like impact what's gonna happen further into the book. First thing that tabbed was that she can't actually say her real name to anyone and I'm questioning why that is. She's just been giving herself fake names. And then I also highlighted a bit here which goes back to her not being able to like say her name. No matter how she tries to say her name, no matter how she tries to tell her story, and she has tried. In pencil, in ink, in paint, in blood. The letters crumble or fade. The sound dies in her throat. 1691 she was born. It's like she was born in that time and then it's like people would do their research. It's like one of those movies like Twilight or something. She finds out he's like so old. It's like vampire or something like that. Like people would probably like go after her and all that type of thing. So it's like she can't say her name as part of the deal. Also because then, you know, people, but I mean like people won't remember her. That's the issue. Like, so why can't she say her name? That's how far I've got into. I had a flashback already to a ring that she had from her father. I can tell already that the past chapter is going to be like how she like kind of lived her life and then wanted to live forever, I guess, and made the deal. And then you have her present times now to where she going around different places and then she'll meet Henry and all that, and all this shenanigans will happen. I'm also wondering as well if we get any Henry chapters, like his point of view, even though this is like a 3rd person book. I will continue reading this and reading Queen of Shadows and I will update if anything else happens. I'm so excited. I can't contain my excitement. That was just mumbled. But I've been tracking my Throne of Glass box set because I just wanted to come. I wanted to get it before the new covers come out because honestly, I don't like the new covers. They don't suit the vibes of the book or anything. Like the old cover's like the best. And so I decided to get the US version of the paperbacks because I really wanted them and I've wanted them for such a long time. I can get those covers, but in hardback here, I don't want to get them. I don't want to get hardback. Even though just jackets for them are freaking beautiful. I was this close. I was this close to buying the hardbacks. But then I saw today that it was at the airport, like for like packages and all that for like Amazon and that. And I was like, oh, it could be coming today. Or maybe it's going to sit there until Monday because we're supposed to come on Monday. Literally not even an hour ago, it said that it was out for delivery. And like 2 minutes, not 2 minutes later, 30-40 minutes later, it's here. That is the quickest a package for me has ever come. I'm so excited to open it. We needed to sit on the couch for this because I'm not prepared. I'm so excited. I'm really hoping that the books aren't that damaged, even though you have a likely chance of books in a box set to come out a lot better than when you get them by themselves. Oh my god, it's so much smaller than I anticipated. I thought it was a lot bigger. What was the point of having this single air pocket thing that literally is doing nothing? Like that's the only thing. It was only on one side. Oh my god. I will tandem read Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn because apparently they both take place at the same time, but obviously you have different characters, and so I feel like that'll be really nice to read. And for these ones, I think I might annotate them. The white covers are nice. Annotating these ones, I feel like would make it so much nicer because then I literally finished Queen of Shadows the other night and I regret not annotating it because there are so many good scenes and quotes and just like small moments that I'm like, I needed to tab you. I started this series like 2 years ago and only got the whole entire set last year because 2 of my friends got me Tower of Dawn and Kingdom of Ash to complete my set. If you have not read this series and you loved ACOTAR, read this series because it is so much better. There's a lot of fighting and magic and all that, and I understand that ACOTAR does have, I think it does have fighting in that and obviously powers in that, but if you had to choose who would win in a battle, Throne of Glass, no matter what you say, they will always win. It is probably a couple days later since I updated. I haven't been doing really many updates because I feel like the book is that slow that I can't really update on much. I read a bit today because I had gone out to a park with some family friends, like an early Christmas thing. And so I tried to read as much as I could. I'm on part 2. I forgot that I was on part 2. So I'm on chapter 3. I had this little like theory thing that I wrote down in the book. It wasn't like a full thing, it was just like a tiny little thing that I questioned. So back in 1714, but there was a kid that Addie's old friend Isabel, her son's name is Henry. But when I was listening to the audiobook, because recently I just needed to use audiobooks, I don't remember how they pronounced it, but then I was questioning if that is him, he's Henry in the future, you know, in the 2014 era. Henry was not supposed to remember, right? She like stole the book from the bookstore that he works at, and then she went out the door and he would have forgotten her, but he ran out after her and was like, you need to bring the book back. And I think she was just a little bit like, I was kind of like questioning it, like if he went out straight away with her or if it was like maybe a couple seconds later. Also, no one mentioned that Addie is bisexual. No one ever mentions that. I don't know why it's never brought up. But yeah, she had met a girl named Sam about like 10 times, which I feel like it's so sad for her that no one remembers her, and she makes so many great memories in the little amount of time that she has with quite a few people. I understand why now with the 7 freckles, and then Sam quotes you have stars because of the freckles, so I put it like there. I really like this writing style. It is very poetic, seeing Addie's life and the way that she lives. She can't hold a job or anything because obviously no one remembers her. How the hell is she supposed to work? And it's like she has nowhere to live, so she's going through like place to place, finding any possible place to stay, even even just for a night.
I don't want any plastic, I don't want any ground floors, and I don't want to get married ever again. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do.
I'm so confused right now. I don't know if this was like mentioned earlier in the book and I just haven't been really paying attention. I am 233 pages in. I'm having an issue between Addie and Henry. The romance between them to me feels a little bit forced. Like, I understand that he's able to remember her and he's able to say her name and she's able to say it to him. She wants to push it just in case if it's like a little, what do you call it? A fluke. And she's mentioned it in one of the chapters in part 2. I'm on part 3 now, by the way. Also, her and Henry are like about to do it and then she goes, he was not made for her like Luke was. What? I do not want to freaking have this romance thing between her and a freaking like demon that's made her life a miserable hell. I'm kind of upset because this pen keeps skipping and it's like it leaks as well. It's a 0.5 pen, so it shouldn't be coming out thick. I'm a bit more interested in the present chapters because even though we're seeing her in her past and how she's living and all that, I felt like we probably only needed that in part 1 and part 2 and then that's it. We don't really need anything else for like part 3 or in part 4, whatever, how long. And I know it's gonna be so much past stuff and all that. I knew he made a freaking deal and I guess right, he just told her. She told him what happened in the story, right? And why his friends can't remember her. And then he's like, because I made one too. I'm like, boy, I'm on now part 4, almost 300 pages in. I'm on 277. I think I might actually finish this book tomorrow. I don't think people would like remember this or whatever, but she's in this place. I don't know what it's called. It's a salon and the lady like invited her in and that and gave her one of her gowns, and then Luke walks in and was like, do you know this girl who is Addie? And he literally says to them, that woman is a swindler and a thief, a truly wretched creature. And then he's like, oh, it's just like a joke and all that. And I'm like, girl, please do not tell me you freaking fall for him after all the shit he's doing. Like, I understand that he wants her soul, but then she's like, you can't have my soul because like I'm not ready to give it up. And he's like, that's okay. I have like so many other souls and all that I could take. And it's like, then why do you care so much about hers? I don't know. Here we go. I'll update when I do. I really want to like this book, but I don't know. It has no plot. Addie is still the same 300 years later. She has not changed at all. Henry is very sweet. I love Henry. I wish it was more interesting than it is, which is very upsetting. I would say I have around 100 pages left. I'm gonna get back to this book and we're gonna see how we go. I have finished the book. This isn't the book. I had the book because there were some tabs in there that I needed. I'm very happy that I read it the whole way through and I didn't DNF it. The only reason that I was going to DNF it is because it is extremely slow and it stays slow. It never picks up anywhere. Maybe it does and I'm just like, meh. The past chapters and the last couple of past chapters in part 6 I did skip because I felt like they weren't important, and they weren't. I didn't even need them. I give this book 3 stars. My rating. Why is it always by the end of the day at night my throat goes croaky? A lot of parts for me were very boring. I understand why they were necessary for the story by the end of it, but they just bored me to death. The start of the relationship between Addie and Henry, to me, felt forced. I felt like because he remembers her and he never forgets her, that there was just like a push for them to like each other more than friends, which I feel like it would have been amazing just to see them as best friends and all that. I understand why people like this book. I can see why people love it. It just wasn't for me. I did love tapping it though. I thought it was great. Also, the reason it is a 3-star, like, I didn't hate it to make it a 2-star. I liked it, but I didn't like love it. That is it for this video. I hope you did enjoy this reading vlog. I hope I got enough footage because I feel like I didn't update much at all on this book. But if you did enjoy this video, do all the usual stuff, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you know every time I upload. That is it, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!